Hello, everyone, and welcome to the final installment of the Kozibear's Cooking Holiday Special and the final installment of Kozibear's Cooking in its entirety. My name is Alexander Kazina, aka Kozibear, and I'd like to thank you all for joining me this evening. This is going to be just quite the special occasion that I am so looking forward to. As you all know, the Kozibear's Cooking Holiday Special was a limited run 3-episode show. I say was because this is the final episode. You would have been able to have watched it live on both twitch.tv/KozibearLive and youtube.com/@KozibearLive at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time between the dates of December 4th and December 18th. Today is December 18th, hence it being the final episode. And yeah, that's it. It's over. After this, no more episodes of Kozibear's Cooking or any other kinds of streams on my personal Twitch or YouTube channels. Maybe I'll come back at some point in the future, but certainly not in the immediate future. I'll put it that way. I was trying to think of a more clever way to say in the immediate future, but in the immediate future is what came to my brain. I'm still overcoming a bit of a cold. I took a Halls before I started today's stream, but Halls can only help so much. Remember that regardless of when you discover this channel, you can view full-length VODs of all my past streams, seasons 1 through 6 in the Kozibear's Cooking Holiday Special on both Twitch and YouTube, and you can keep up with what I'm doing outside of my streaming efforts on Blue Sky at kozibear.bsky.social. Definitely do that. Because I'm going to have some pretty cool announcements there about what I'm going to be doing over the coming months that you're going to want to know about. I will also, of course, continue to do streaming stuff with Respawning Fire and other such projects. I'm just closing out what I'm doing on my own personal channel for the time being to focus on some of these other things. I figured that for the final episode of the Kozibear's Cooking Holiday Special, for the final episode of my streaming efforts, it'd be good to have go on a bit more of a relaxing note instead of doing some big elaborate thing that makes me incredibly just exhausted and tired by the end. Let's do something fun, quirky, special. Let's make some holiday cookies. Specifically, let's make some good old-fashioned frosted butter cookies, the kinds of cookies that you decorate with all sorts of sparkles and frostings. We're going to be making this particular recipe today. Very simple. And yeah, like I said, it's not a recipe that's going to make us just crying and sobbing by the end because of how hard or how long it is. It's the kind of recipe that's relatively simple that we're going to have fun with. And at the end, of course, once the cookies come out of the oven, we're going to be able to decorate them with all sorts of fun shapes and, you know, icings and whatnot, sprinkles. We're going to have ourselves a real fun time just decorating these holiday cookies and bringing a little bit of holiday cheer in our lives to close out the season, close out the series. Let me have a little water. Alrighty, well, without further ado, let's consult the notes that I transcribed to my iPhone and see what we have to do next. Step number 1. We're going to preheat our oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I already did that. I had to start today's stream a little bit later than normal because I was dealing with some last-minute tech issues, and I had a little bit of extra time, and so I went and began preheating it ahead of time. So that step, already taken care of. Step number 2, we're going to combine 3 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and a half a teaspoon of salt in a medium-sized bowl. Let's go ahead and let's bring in our top-down camera so that we can get a better view of the action. I will say, overall, I'm very pleased with the appearance of Kozibear's Cooking. Something that I feel like I was never able to fully resolve during the series was, you know, because I have such intense lights on the left and right-hand side of the front of my desk, anything that's a little bit white, any ingredients that are like a little bit too vibrant, like these 2 different things of sugar, end up coming across as very blown out on camera. I tried to hide my paper towels behind this water bottle over here, but it still doesn't look great. But thankfully, now that we can bring in the top-down camera and begin working on our recipe, we don't really have to worry about those. So let's go ahead, let's bring in this bowl. Let's bring in our flour. Let's bring in our measuring cup. We're going to start by measuring out 3 cups of this stuff. let's see. It's kind of a heaping cup, and I want to be as accurate as possible, so I'll pour a little bit of it back in. There we go. Cup number 1. And hold on, we need to make this a little bit more flattened. No, it's still a little too much. Cup number 2. All right. And cup number 3. There we go. We will keep our flour on the table for now. Our table's getting a little bit floury, but we'll just push that to the side for the time being. Alrighty. What's next? Let me open up my phone again. It's got to stop going to sleep. I should probably only charge it in so that we can get out of low power mode. 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Here we go. 1 teaspoon of baking powder is in. Next up, 1/2 teaspoon of salt. You know what? Let me go into my settings, and I'm just gonna turn off low power mode because I want to keep my phone on for as long as possible. 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Let's go. There we go. And whoops, it's a knife. Here we go. Hello, Silas. Silas says, love me some Christmas cookies. Stream looks great as always. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. I figured I'd do something relatively simple and to the point and fun, and something that allows us to stoke our creativity for the final stream here. And I'm just getting started, mixing up some flour, salt, and baking powder. And there we go. Step number 3, we're going to beat together 1.5 cups of unsalted butter and 3/4 of a cup of granulated sugar together in a large bowl with an electric mixer until creamy. I already decided to go ahead just to make things simple for myself, and I measured out and slightly melted 1.5 cups of butter. I'm going to need to use the scraper to get all of it in here. Yeah, it's, Silas, it's a great idea. It's something that I always, do at Christmas time. I always make Christmas cookies around this season, and I figured might as well incorporate that into this stream. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Make it festive. I'll keep this bowl around. Maybe I'll find a use. Okay, and next up is the granulated sugar. Let's see here. Even though I didn't make dramatic changes between Season 6 and the Holiday Special, I did add the top-down light, and I am grateful that I did, because I think that it adds a much-needed level of illumination to the top-down table that I think was previously missing. That's a little over. Let me see. think... I think that's about good. And there we go. And I will put the granulated sugar into the trolley. Let's go ahead. Let's plug our electric mixer in. Plug it in there. And let me zoom in a little bit to give you a better view of the action. Let's go ahead and let's start mixing this stuff up. I'm just going to take a moment. I'm going to use the spatula to scrape some of the butter and sugar mixture back down into the center. Just so that I can make sure that I can say that I properly mixed all of this thing's contents up. And back to medium. And there we go. The butter and the sugar has been successfully mixed up, which means that we are ready to move on to, I'll just temporarily put this over here, step number 4. We're going to add 3 egg yolks, 2 tablespoons of orange juice, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla into our butter and sugar mixture until well blended. I'm going to grab, this is the same bowl that we used earlier for our butter. To melt it slightly. I'm just trying to figure out, you know what? I'm going to grab a piece of paper towel and put this on the table for our spatula. I'm going to crack 3 eggs in here to separate the yolks from the whites. Actually, I don't need this carton anymore, so I can put it in the trolley. And I'll put the yolks into the bowl. Let me center that a little bit. There we go. All right. Yolk number 1. And we go yolk number 2. And yolk number 3. I'm going to probably use some of the egg whites to make myself some... I'll probably just fry them up later. I'm not the kind of guy that gets super inventive when it comes to what I do with my egg whites, to be totally honest. All right, and final yolk in the hatch. And I'm going to, you know what? It would be good, actually. Let me just... Gonna wipe down my hands real quick to remove some of the egg from them. And now I'm just gonna grab a quick little thing of Glad wrap. Just cover my egg whites with it so that they don't go spilling everywhere. And shove that in the trolley. Next up, we'll bring our bowl back in play. Also, I noticed that I spilled a little bit of egg whites on the table, so let me just clean that up real quick. There we go. Let's see. We are going to need 2 tablespoons of orange juice right here. Number 1. And number 2. I have a little bit of this stuff myself. Orange juice, great stuff. Next up, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And there we go. Alrighty, and with that, let's go ahead and let's mix them up. It's going to look a little bit gross at first, but after they've been well combined, it'll all come together. Once again, I'm just going to use the spatula, just scrape down some of the sides just so that we can make sure that we properly incorporate everything. Alrighty, and there we go, which means that we're ready for step number 5. We are going to gradually add our flour mixture into our sugar mixture at a low speed until just blended. Alright. Let's go ahead. I'm just going to zoom out a little bit for this. There we go. And there we go. We'll slowly start to add it, but eventually we will just have to stop holding the bowl and focus on mixing. And there we go. Now we'll focus just on mixing this all up. I'm just going to take a moment. I'm just going to use the spatula once again. Just push down the sides and edges of this thing. And there we go. And I'm just going to do a little bit more mixing. Okay, I think that's good. Alrighty. Just gonna take some of the cookie dough that clung to the little thingamabobs, and I'm gonna get it in the bowl. Like such. Right. Just going to put that down there for a moment. And let's move on to step number 6. We're going to shape our dough into 2 discs, wrap them in plastic wrap, and then plop them in the fridge for 3 hours. So, for this, what I found, the easiest way to do this is we're going to just get ourselves a big sheet of plastic wrap. Going to put it down on the table, and we're going to clump up our dough and make 2 balls of the stuff. This is where the scraper would come in handy again. Zoom out a little. Okay. And there we go. That's about as good of a job as I think we're going to do. This stuff has raw eggs in it, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this into... There we go. Oh no, it seems like some of the egg white might have actually spilled down below in the thing. Hold on, let me grab some paper towels and fix up that. We'll have to do more thorough cleaning later on. Let's see here. We have a big old dough ball. We got to separate this into 2. They're probably not perfectly identical in size. So let me just grab a little bit, but I'm not too focused on making sure they're absolutely identical. All right. I'm just going to temporarily put this dough ball over there. And yeah, this ball, I'm just going to focus on making it nice and smooth and rolling it up. Now, I'm going to flatten this guy up into a big old disc. I don't have to make it perfectly spherical. But I do want to make it look nice. Now we'll wrap the plastic wrap over it, but I will probably want to use another thing of plastic wrap just to make sure it's perfectly airtight. And I'll just put this over here temporarily. Same thing with the other one. Samson L in chat says, Cozy! Hello, Samson. Thank you for tuning into this series finale of Kozibear's Cooking. I am just about to wrap these balls of dough up and put them in the fridge. This is certainly a simpler stream than a lot of the other streams I've done lately. There is going to be a little bit of baking time in the oven, but only for 10 minutes. Or not even that, it's like 8 minutes. We're getting a little ahead of ourselves. Point is I wanted to do something fun, simple, and creative for the final stream instead of something super, stressful, for example. And let's put another thing over it like that. And there we go. We have wrapped up our 2 dough ball discs. Let's grab the other one. I am going to put these bad boys in the fridge, and then I will be right back to continue with the next part of the stream. I am back, and as you all know, I'm one to not skimp when it comes to preparing things ahead of time. In the recipe instructions, the plan was that after completing our dough ball discs, we would put those in the fridge and let them cool for about 3 hours. We're not going to be staying around here waiting for 3 hours for those 2 dough ball discs to cool, because I already went ahead and made 2 other discs of dough that I had been keeping cool in the fridge for the prior 2.5 to 3-ish hours. It's a little, I'm cutting it a little bit close, but as you can see, they're not floppy at all. They're nicely cooled through, which is exactly what we want. So we will continue on with the rest of the recipe right after I have another swig of orange juice. I know this stuff is not very good for you, that most juices are pretty bad for you, but sometimes you need something to, you know, keep pushing you forward. Let's see here. Next step is step number 7. We're going to flour our table, roll out our chilled dough discs with a rolling pin, cut up our dough into shapes with cookie cutters, and put the resulting shapes on baking sheets lined with parchment paper. Silas says, are you a pulp or a no pulp guy? I'm a no pulp guy, but I don't mind pulp. I know that pulp is actually one of the things that you want to have in your orange juice, because you want like the physical matter, because that's where that actually allows you to, that contains a lot of the nutrients and whatnot. I know that when it's just the juice by itself, it's not very healthy. Not that most juices are super healthy to begin with. So I'm a no pulp guy, but I can be a pulp guy if I need to. Hold on, I have a lot of cookie cutters over here, but I have these one dog bone shaped cookie cutters that I can't get open. I don't think I ever opened these before, and because my hands are kind of buttery right now, it's very difficult. Fuck. I straight up will not use you if you don't let me open you up. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Oh, hold on. There we go. Fuck. Okay. Anyways, I'm just getting these ready because, yeah, we have a lot of cookie cutters that we're going to want to use. A lot of them are Christmas themed, a lot of them not Christmas themed. I thought it would be fun to use some out of the ordinary Christmas cookie cutters for this. Let me just so that we can get ahead of it, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to put parchment paper on these baking sheets first before we deal with the cookie dough. So this will be a good opportunity for us to bring out our scissors. Amelia Kazina says, save some for me. Don't worry, there will be many leftovers from this. I don't think you'll need to worry too much. Okay. Go, let me just cut up this piece. I'll stick this and this there. There we go. I know it looks a little awkward, but I didn't want to be wasteful. Right. Let's see here. Yeah, let's make a little bit more space. We want as much space as possible for this. All right. Got a lot of flour in my eyes. It's probably a little too much, to be totally honest. Just leave the flour there, and I'll have to remember not to kick it. Great. There we go. Let me just consult the notes again. I should probably also... Yeah, I'm going to zoom out a little bit, give you a better view of the action. And yeah, this is a little... I think the dough still might be a little bit on the cold side. It's not rolling out super easily. Let me just leave it there for a hot second. I have enough cookie cutters that I could basically like make a cookie out of every single cookie cutter I have in this. It's funny. Yeah, I'm about... Yeah, I don't really have too much else I can do to really pass the time at this point. This is why they say you should leave it in the fridge for like 2 to 3 hours, but not that much longer, because the cookie dough eventually gets a little too hard that you can't properly manage it, so you want it to be at least somewhat pliable. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead. Let me just flour the top of the rolling pin a little bit. Let's begin rolling this bad boy out. Alright. I need a little bit... In fact, I actually do need a little bit more flour. Back on here. Specifically, I feel like I need it more for the rolling pin than for the cookie dough, because the rolling pin has a tendency to stick to the cookie dough if it's not properly floured. It's not perfect looking, but I think we're at a point where we can begin to cut some shapes into this bad boy. I'm just going to pick at random, and we will go from there. And off screen, I'm putting the cutout shapes onto one of the baking trays. I'll just stack up the cookie cutters here after I've used them, so I don't have any repeats, at least not right away. Compared to the first one, this one's quite a bit bigger. Maybe I'll just cut up a bunch of shapes first before I cut them out, just to make my life a little bit easier. We're going to be like, what's up with these Christmas cookies? Why are so many of them dog bones and mice and bears and cat paws? Here we go. We got a proper Christmas tree in here. Now, that's a proper Christmas one. Part of his foot got a little taken off. We'll fix it later. Oh man, I remember these are a bunch of like kung fu, like human-shaped cookie cutters that I used back when I made the Snake Quake carrot cake, because I needed to make a bunch of cookies for the cake that were human-shaped. They didn't really work perfectly because I tried to put like paper, like printed out drawings of clothing on them, but the drawings like kind of like they got a little bit saturated by the fat of the cookies and they came out looking weird. But man, what a great creation that was. The dog bone things, that was from a dish that I planned on doing that was like dog-shaped cookies that basically never happened for reasons that I don't remember, but it probably was just a logistical thing of like, this is too complicated. I don't even know if I have notes anymore of like what I was attempting to do at the time. It's just lost to the sands of time. Let's see, maybe I can fit one more smaller one in here. Of course, I will continue to, you know, cut up additional pieces of the cookie dough after I scrunch it together again. Here we go. There we go. All right. All right. Let's see. And now this is kind of the boring part of the stream, because this is just where all we're doing is cutting out the cookie shapes and putting them on our thing, but I hope that you guys are still having fun. Sometimes you want something that's a little bit more relaxing and a little bit less high stakes. It's funny, though. At the beginning, I said that, well, I didn't want to do something super complicated for the last stream. I wanted something very short, simple, and to the point. And this is uncomplicated, but also it is taking a little while. Cutting out this stuff isn't immediate. With a lot of these cookies, it's easy for them to break apart, unfortunately. There we go. Another dog bone. Stars out. There we go. Emerging Object says, can I have a cookie? If you want to drive up to Montreal, I will gladly give you one of these holiday cookies. But you have to drive up here. I will not mail them to you. Canada's postal service is real bad. It's not real bad. It's actually great. I've sent many things all over the world in the mail with their services, but it's very costly for me to send it internationally. So it would be easier if you came on up instead. And here we go. The last one is actually one of the first ones that we cut out. Emerging Object says, I'm on my way. Hell yeah. I might have to consult with my sister if she would mind me giving away a bunch of my cookies. But other than that, I'm looking forward to you coming up and indulging in the sweets that the Gazina family has to offer. Let's gather up the dough. It's currently on the table. Make ourselves another nice little ball with the remaining scraps. And then we're going to roll it out onto the table once more. Still got quite a bit of dough left. I gotta say, this is a simple stream, but it is taking time. But we're having fun. And also, we're not recording as late as we did last time. Last time, when I did the mac and cheese and eggnog stream, my parents didn't inform me until the night before that they had an electrician coming over to install a... it's actually one of those wall-mounted chargers for our new electric car. Something very important, and I totally understand that, but I wish they had given me a little bit more heads up because... yeah, the electrician came and he basically forced my stream to run like 3 hours late because he was busy setting it up. All right. Let's go ahead. Let's start cutting out some more shapes. Of course, we can't forget about the Christmas triangle. We were making a bunch of Destiny-themed cookies. We'd definitely be cutting out a lot of those. Can't forget about the Christmas bear. Oh, ooplie. Let's see here. Oh, we have the Christmas angel, but I think it might be a little bit too big for us to properly cut into here. Let's see. Yeah, we'll have to resort to some of these smaller ones for now. Let me just adjust the microphone a little bit, make sure that it's at a good level. There we go. And we have another big triangle. Not as big as the last one, though. I'm gonna put that in there. There we go. Let's see here. We basically used all of the things by now, except for the big angel, which we'll have to wait for the next thing of cookie dough for, I guess. All right, what's next? Let's do some more festive holiday ones. We'll do this candy cane. I don't like candy canes, but candy cane shaped cookies are fine by me. We should probably do another small one. So let's do another small. There we go. Dog bone. Can I fit another one in there? I don't think so. I think we're pretty good in terms of sizes. So, you know what? Actually, can we fit... Maybe we can fit a rat. Yeah, we can fit one in the corner. Let's do that. There we go. And I think we're good for that sheet. Let me just show you what it looks like. You can see quite the fun little selection of cookies. I'm going to put this over here. And we're going to focus on the next cookie sheet. All right. But first, we got to bunch up our dough and make ourselves another ball that we're going to spread out. All right. Let's 6:38. We're making, even though we're taking a little bit of time doing this, we're still making good time, I feel. And let's see, can we... There we go. We're going to carve ourselves out a nice giant angel. We'll definitely want to cut out some more later. All right. Now, what about these guys? Yeah, we're reaching the end of our first dough ball over here. I'm going to continue rolling it out, but eventually we'll reach a point where maybe we should incorporate it into the other dough ball. Oops. There we go. Let's see. I bet that I can cut myself a star. A bunch of cookie cutters fell to the ground. Hold on. We'll deal with those. We'll deal with you. We'll deal with you in due time. Maybe I can make myself like a ring-shaped cookie from this. Yeah, I think that'll be how I wrap up my remaining use of the cookie dough. It's not perfectly circular, but that's all right. Sorry, I'm just taking a moment to straighten out my circle cookie on the baking sheet. All right. Let me just pick up a bunch of the cookie cutters that fell on the floor a moment ago. That's only 2. Right. Now, I'm going to grab the other disc that has been waiting so patiently here. And I'm going to flour my surface, and we're going to roll it out. It's already breaking apart. Not good. Danton says, my goodness, I didn't realize you were streaming. Yeah, I am streaming. This is my last Kozibear's cooking stream for the foreseeable future. I'm taking a long and extended break so that I can focus on some other projects in 2025. Thank you for tuning in, Danfin. I'm making some Christmas cookies right now to celebrate the occasion. Right now, I'm still in the process of cutting them out of the 2 discs of dough that I made. I'm thinking, you know what? I don't want to, like, make any more cookies than I necessarily need to. I think that I'll cut out as many cookies as I need to from this thing of dough, and then I think I might refrigerate the rest until I need to use it next. Keep today's stream relatively simple, you know? Let's see here. Let's see. Let's do another angel. Let's do another angel. There we go. Next up, let's do another bear. I'm going to do a medium-sized bear. Do another human. With 2 hands outstretched like that. Danfin says, what projects will you be doing? TBA, to be announced. But you will, trust me when I say that, you will definitely know about it when I am ready to announce them. Sorry that I'm keeping things under wraps. I just want to focus on a bunch of things right now. I've also been busy working on a bunch of other projects, but rest assured you will know about them once I'm ready to talk about them. But it will be, let's just say, if you're familiar with my background and with my interests, it won't be necessarily anything super surprising. I'm not, like, going offline. It's not like I'm disappearing from the internet or anything. It's just the way in which I produce content will be changing, and I'll put it that way. I'm just going to focus on a bunch of Christmas shapes for the next few cookie cutouts. I hope that you're having a good day yourself, Danfin. It was pretty mild earlier today in Montreal, but it is actually snowing outside now, which is nice. We've, Montreal over the course of the past few years has had very inconsistent Christmases. Some of them have been white Christmases. Some of them have had no snow to be seen whatsoever. And so I'm happy that it seems like we're on track to have a proper white Christmas this year. It's gonna cut out ourselves a bell. Should be good. Christmas tree. We've not done this in a while. There we go. Another one we haven't done in a while. We can do ourselves another rat. I know it's a rat, but it's supposed to be a mouse. Danvin says, thanks, my day is mediocre. Don't want to be a downer, though, so might talk later. Okay, not a problem. Not a problem. I mean, hey, hopefully things will pick up a little bit as we head towards the end of the year. And, you know, more of us are filled with the holiday cheer. But you're allowed to have a downer day. Some people feel like every day needs to be excellent, but sometimes downer day is just a downer day, and that's totally fine. Of course, not to, you know, diminish or ignore whatever problems are resulting in you having a downer day. I hope those are resolved. All I'm saying is that we should, you know, take solace in knowing that, you know, the best is yet to come. Today might be a downer day, but tomorrow might be a great day. Man, this one bear cookie cutter that I have is awful. All the cookies that come out of it have their limbs like partially torn off or missing. It's terrible. It's like an actual bear, like when a bear mauls you. I often forget that that's the origin of Darth Maul's name. Like, it's kind of weird that they call him Darth Maul. And it's like, oh yeah, because the Sith all have this naming scheme thing going on where, like, they're all, like, named after bad things. And that's what Darth Maul is supposed to be. Oh, man. This is quite the mess right now on the table. I'm going to cut out a cat paw, and then I think I'm going to... We're going to clean up a little bit, and we're going to roll out our dough again. Okay. All right. All right, let's see. We haven't done a triangle in a while. Let's cut out ourselves a triangle. Let's see. What's next? Let's do a dog bone. Not done a dog bone in a while. Getting pretty close to the end of how many things we can fit on this sheet, though. To be totally honest. The bell is relatively small, so let's cut out another bell. Here we go. A knife. We can use to scoop this out. Where are we next? I'm going to do a tiny dog bone. I can fit that in there easily. Let's see, I gotta use one of these as reference to figure out I can still stick on my board. There we go. I can fit one more of these guys on here, and then I think that might be it. Let's see. Maybe there's like a few more dog bones that I can cut out of here. You know what? No. No, I think that's fine as is. I'm going to roll this stuff up. And then I'm going to hockey puck it, roll it up into another hockey puck shape, and put it in the fridge with the other dough balls that are currently chilling in there until we need to use this next. Where is the plastic wrap? Here we go. And there we go. Let's show the other tray of cookies. Let me just zoom out a little bit. So this is tray number 2. And this is tray number 1. As you can see, we have quite the selection of holiday cookies to go around. Let's grab our phone real quick. So yeah, step number 8 is we're going to put our cookies in the oven for about 8 minutes, and after they're baked through, we're going to transfer them to cool on a wire rack. So I'm going to go ahead, ship these guys in the oven right now, and then I will be back with the rest of the stream. And we are back. Let's go ahead before we forget. and set a timer for 8 minutes so we know exactly when to take our cookies out of the oven. And timer on. Our table's really dirty right now. We could theoretically advance to the next step in the recipe, but instead, let's take a little bit of time to grab some water because my throat's feeling a little coffee. And cleaning up the table. I'm gonna put these in the trolley. Rolling pin we don't need anymore as well, so we're gonna put that in the trolley as well. Let's see here. This is the plastic bag that the cookie cutters are being stored in. We'll put that there as well. I don't think we're gonna need any more flour, so we'll put the flour in the trolley as well. I don't think we're going to need any more plastic wrap or parchment paper, so we'll put those in here as well. Salt, I think we're good on. I'm going to put it in here as well. Scissors, we're going to need to clean. This knife has been used too much, so we're going to clean that as well. Let's see here. Damn it, one of the little things that you stick in the hand mixer, where did it fall? There we go. These three things and the spatula can deserve a little bit of a cleaning. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to clean them right now at the sink. Hey, Samson. Nice of you to be back. I am currently... the cookies are in the oven, so right now I'm just focusing on cleaning some of the things because we're going to need to use them for what we have coming up next. We're not doing a very thorough cleaning. Instead, we're just sort of rinsing them down. Although I'm still going to be as thorough as I can because they do contain particulates of like raw eggs on them. It's one cleaned. And there we go. I'm just going to take a moment to wipe down my hands a little bit. There we go. I'm going to stick these in this bowl over on the other end of the table that you can't see. And now I'm going to take a moment to just clean up some of the flour that's left on the table. I'll use a little bit of water from my bottle just to more easily wipe off the remaining flour from the table. It's not being super thorough, but I'll be able to clean up more later on after the stream. Right, and there we go. We have about 3 minutes left on the timer. I'm just going to read ahead to the next step. We are going to beat 3 egg whites in the bowl that we used earlier for the flour mixture until frothy, which should take about 1 minute on medium-low speed. And then step 10, we're going to very gradually add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and 450 grams of icing sugar to the egg whites on low speed. Then once all the ingredients are incorporated, we're going to increase our mixing speed to medium-high and beat until stiff peaks form, and that will form our royal icing. So you know what? We don't have all the time in the world left, but I'm going to... just going to transfer a couple of things in the bowls we have down below, and I'm going to clean up this bowl at the sink. All right, good enough. We're going to grab some paper towels to help clean down the bowl. We have 1 minute left on our timer. And there we go. Man, it's too bad we just don't happen to have 3 eggs worth of egg whites just lying around. It's too bad that... oh, wait a minute. That's right. Earlier in the stream, we separated 3 egg yolks from their egg whites, and now we have 3 egg whites worth in this bowl. Let's go ahead and let's transfer it to here. All right. Let's see here. It is, yeah, we're just a few seconds away from the cookies being done. So I'm going to put the wire rack right here on this side of the table. I'm also going to set up our hot plates over here. We're going to bring down some cookies. I will be right back. We are back. Sorry that took a little longer than expected. What happened was I got upstairs, I looked in the oven, and I was like, these cookies are definitely baked, but they feel a little bit like they haven't perhaps fully baked through, even though I put the temperature in the oven on at a slightly higher temperature than expected. I want to just quickly answer. Danfin in the chat says, what is this Narnia-y music? Now, I don't know if this is the music that you were listening to. The current track is called Christmas Medley, but I don't know what track was playing before it. I wonder, can I, in Pretzel Rocks, can I go back? No, I cannot go back to whatever was playing before. Now we're playing a track called Snowy Footprints. For the music on these streams, for the longest time, what I did is I relied on this program called Pretzel Rocks, which plays royalty-free stream-safe music for your streams. Excuse me, I had to sneeze real bad. I probably will sneeze again. And so, yeah, basically what I do is I have it on. In the past, I've just left it on like the chill, like lo-fi channel. But for these past few streams, because this is the Kozibear's Cooking Holiday Special, I left it on the Christmas channel. And so, yeah. I'm just going to leave the cookies there for just a moment before I transfer them to the wire track, because I want them to cool and harden so they're not super floppy and hot when I transfer them to the wire rack. Let's have a little bit more water. But yeah, I went upstairs to check on the cookies. I looked in the oven and I was like, the cookies still look like they're a little underbaked, even though they've been in here for 8 minutes at a slightly higher temperature than I was supposed to put them in for. So let me just wait like an extra minute to allow them to bake through a little bit more. And I think that, yeah, they're good. I think they're good now. With these kinds of cookies, you want to see like these slightly singed edges where they got like not burnt, but you can tell that they cooked through properly. And I can definitely see that now on the edges of some of these bad boys. Unfortunately, as I was taking it out of the oven, I kind of squished this dog bone cookie. So, you know what? We're going to have this. I know we're cheating and going ahead a little bit, but I don't have any other opportunities here to eat a cookie while it's still warm. So I'm going to have this right now. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Very small, though. Let's see here. All right. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start transferring these guys to the wire rack. I'm going to... Let's zoom out a little. Actually, you know what? This is one of the rare occasions. It's the final stream. I typically don't do this, but we can show the entirety of the table. Considering that we literally are occupying the entire table, and I want to draw your attention to what is going on the entirety of said table. Another one fell apart. Into my mouth it goes. Oh no, the head of this guy fell off. Well, I can't eat all of these. I'm gonna... Yeah, I'll reattach his head later. This guy's foot fell off. Oh no. It's one of the problems when you have these cookies with a lot of tiny little appendages, is that they're very prone to breaking. Wow, this guy completely fell apart. It was definitely a mistake to... It was definitely a mistake to make these smaller bear guys. I'm just going to eat them. In the chat... Sorry, I have a lot of cookie in my mouth right now. In the chat, Danfin says... Lyxiqoi. I'm not familiar with that particular phrase. I'm not sure what it stands for. If you want to enlighten me, I would be very happy. Oh man, it was really a mistake to make these human-shaped guys into cookies. Oh no, and the angel fell apart. Oh well. I'm not going to eat all of these guys, but... Man, they're tasty, though. Sure are tasty. I'm wondering... I am curious. I don't remember them being... Like, I understand the human guys falling apart. I don't remember these cookies being this crumbly in the past. I wonder if it is just... Maybe the recipe, maybe I should have used larger egg yolks. Because they're very crumbly. Or maybe I should have just... Maybe I didn't need to roll the dough down that thin. That might have also been the issue. Oh no, one of the rats fell apart. Check my Discord. Let's see. Sorry guys, I'm taking a quick break from the cookies to check my Discord. Oh, I see. You noticed a little area where the cookies actually matched up and made kind of a word. Very clever. I never would have thought of that. Very clever. All right. Let's see. We're kind of running out of space here, so I'm trying to move a bunch of the cookies around so that we have more space to fit some of these guys. Oh no, so many of these guys are falling apart. What is happening? Yeah, I think I probably could have used more egg yolks. in making this stuff because the constitution is not very good. I mean, it doesn't really matter because a bunch of many of the cookies came out great, and more, more destroyed cookies means more things for me to eat during the stream. But all right. This is a tree cookie I couldn't really save. It all still tastes really good. You wish they had a little bit more constitution to them. Okay. Let's reconsult our phone. And let's return to our step. Step 9, we're going to beat 3 egg whites in the bowl that we used earlier for our flour mixture until frothy, which should take about 1 minute on medium-low speed. We're going to bring the half and half camera back in here. And we're going to reattach the thingies to our hand mixer. And here we go. Here we go. They're starting to get pretty frothy. We just need to mix them up a little bit more, and I think we'll get to the point where we want them to be at. And there we go. That's good. All right, next up, step 10 is we are going to very gradually add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and 450 grams of icing sugar to the egg whites on low speed. Then once all the ingredients are incorporated, we're going to increase our mixing speed to medium-high and beat until stiff peaks form. So what we're going to do is, I have my, here we go, digital scale over here. I'm going to set this to grams. Come on. There we go. We have a bag of partially used icing sugar in here. Currently has 265 grams. I'm going to add icing sugar from this unused bag until we have our 450 grams. And then we're going to pour that bag into our egg mixture. We might have put a little bit too much in there. We're at 458. Let me use one of these spoons to scoop a little out. There we go. I think that's that's right what we want. There we go. 450 grams. So I'm going to go ahead. Where is our vanilla? Here we go. I'm going to measure out the vanilla first, put our teaspoon in there. And then we will slowly pour our icing sugar in there. Alrighty. Let's move this over. There we go. Here we go. Low speed. Danfin says, gotta go. Good luck, have fun. Hey, you have fun with the rest of your day too. Thanks for tuning in. And there you go. That is the icing sugar. There we go. It's almost incorporated. Looks very silky smooth. Very pleased with its appearance. All right, and now we gotta go to high speed so that we can begin to form stiff peaks. Gonna grab some bowls for the next part. All right, I think we've done just about enough work here. All right. Pop these bad boys out. Come over there. All right, for the icing sugar. Here's what we're going to do. Let's read ahead to step number 11. We're going to divide our icing between 4 other bowls and mix food colorings into them. And so that's what we're going to do right now. So I'm going to use the spatula to get a little bit of the icing into each. There we go. Now we're going to grab ourselves a whole lot of different types of food colorings. Let's start with this one over here. I'm going to just use a knife for this one. I have some spoons left, but I've also not used many of the knives. Let's use this instead. Make ourselves a nice yellow color. I'm going to zoom in to give you a better view of the action. There we go. Very nice. Next up, let's mix some blue in here. Just a few drops. Mix this bad boy up. We're going to create a real nice blue color for ourselves. Mixing up a nice green color now. Wonder if I might almost want to add a few more. Yeah, just another drop in here. Make it a slightly darker color. There we go. And last, this one, I think we can use ourselves a nice red for this one. Let's see here. We got this thing. We got to stick like a little thingy in here. All we have left are spoons. It's okay, though. But can't really stick anything in here. Maybe. Perhaps there's a knife in here I can use. Yes, there is. I'm going to wipe this down with paper towel. There we go. Scrape up a little bit and mix this in. Almost more of a pink color than it is outright red, but that's okay with me. Screw the cap back on this bad boy. A lot of those food colorings I actually originally purchased for when I made the Snake Quake carrot cake as well. They came in real handy then. All right, that's pretty good with regards to our icings. We're going to need to make sure that we stir them up every now and then because these things will dry out if we're not actively using them. We also have the white as well at the end of the table. Let's see here. I'm going to push this back in here. Yeah, I mean, there's not really much else to say or do at this point except to, in working on our cookies, we can put them at the end of the table on this thing over here once we're done. Oh, no. Oh, thank God. There was a little thing of sprinkles at the end of the table that accidentally fell over, but it didn't break open, which is good. That would have been a hell to clean. All right. Let's go ahead. Let's switch over to the full top-down view again, just to get a better view of the action. And yeah, let's start the decoration process. Oh, I didn't even show that I actually have a whole bunch of additional things to decorate our things with, including all these snake googly eyes that I used for the Snake Quake carrot cake, a bunch of sprinkles as well. It's going to be a fun time. All right, let's see here. I'm going to start with this circular one. I'm going to use some red on this one, or rather pink. And for this one, you know, I'm gonna, if I ever put any sprinkles or anything, I'll do it over this bowl so that it won't spill anywhere else. Just apply a few sprinkles. There we go. And there we go. First cookie done. This is fun. This is fun. Next up, star. Well, we gotta apply some yellow icing to this guy. Let me move some stuff out of the way so that we can get to our icings more easily. Because right now they're in weird positions that make them a little bit hard to get to. There we go. All right. And this one, are there any cool sprinkles I could put on this one? Ooh, yes there are. There's some white sprinkles over here that look very cool. Let's put some on. And there we go. Put that over there on that end. Let's see here. We're on a roll. Next up, I'm just going to paint these cookies unicolor. I know some people would like it if I did multiple colors, but I think for the sake of making things easy for myself, I'm just going to go one color per cookie. And the angel kind of fell apart. Here we go. Let's put some of these sprinkles on here. There we go. Hold on. We got a little bit too much frosting on my hand. Danfin is back-ish, but he's watching an ad, and now he hears me. Welcome back. I am now in the process of applying frosting to my many cookies. Some of the cookies still continue to fall apart as I handle them, so I'm trying to be very careful. Right now I am, as you can see, applying some blue frosting to this candy cane shaped cookie. And I have a bunch of other frostings over here that I should probably deal with, including I have these little like frosting tubes, some of which I used for the Halloween stream where I made the Halloween skull cake pop things. Let's use a little bit of them up now. There's no other context where I'm really going to use these. There we go. That's not bad looking. Not bad looking, if I do say so myself. Let's see. Christmas tree. I'm going to paint this one green. I'm going to put little, like Christmas bells on this bad boy. And there we go. Not bad. Let's see. What next? What next? It's a dog bone one. I'm going to apply red frosting to this one. Actually, you know what? We've not used any white frosting in a while. Let's apply a little bit of white frosting to this one. I might need... Yeah, I'm going to need to use a spoon for here. It's not applying so easily. It's almost a little tough anyways. And there we go. Next up, a bell. It's a little squished, but I'm going to apply some yellow frosting to this bad boy. And I have these little sugary things that I'm going to put on top of that. Yeah. And there we go. Bell has been dealt with. Next up, we have another star. I'm going to put blue frosting on this one. All right, now what? Let's put some of these sprinkles on them. Oh, too many. And there we go. Let's do one of the triangles. I don't want to put on the triangle. Let's put some red frosting on the triangle. Let's see. Put some of these on here. And what do I want to do next? This one. Let's do this little dog bone. Some blue frosting on here. Just a small amount. And this one I'll put one of those frosting tubes on here. This time I'll put white on this one. Hold on. I gotta wipe down my hand again. There we go. Oh, let me do a little repair job over there. There we go. All right. What's next? Oh, you know what I can do is I'm going to put green on this ring one, make it like a wreath, and then I can apply some red decorations to it. And here we go. Little red accents. And there we go. What's next? What's next? What's the shape we haven't done yet? We haven't done any of these human shapes. These are going to be kind of weird, though. Let's see here. Let's do yellow on these. And this one, maybe I can put some white accents on this one. Just put a bunch of shapes here. I don't have a particular goal. There we go. Just make him look cool. That's all that matters. Let's see here. I've not done any cat paws yet. Let's see here. What can I do for the cat paw? I could do white, actually. I'm going to do white. All right, and now I can apply some red accents for the toesies. And there we go. Just like that. Still tasty. Next up, rat. I'm gonna make this rat pink. Like such. And let's see. Do we have any more colors in here? We have black. Ooh. Let's take advantage of this. I'm going to add a little eye. I'm going to add whiskers, or try to add whiskers. I'm going to accentuate the ear. I'm going to add a little tail at the end. There we go. Put them in there. Let's see here. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to focus on ones we haven't done yet. I'm probably not going to do all of these right away. Probably save up on some of them. Let's do a bear. Oh no, the bear fell apart. Damn it. Damn it. Well, there's still the top part of the bear. Maybe I can do that. I'm going to cover this guy in blue. We'll go from there. Oh no, it's falling apart. All right, well, going to eat him as is with the icing. All right. I'm just going to focus on a few more ones that are still whole. There we go. This is another one that I'll do a little bit of black drizzle on. There we go. Stick that in there. Yeah, at this point, I just want to fill out this tray, and I think we can call it a day. We don't need to make all of these, especially considering that a lot of them got a little bit destroyed. Whew. All right. For this one, yeah, let's put a little bit of white on this one. Come on. Gotta get a little bit more. I'm going to do a little mini star in the center. Some of the leftover white icing. There we go. Oh, as good as we're going to get it. All right. Let's see. We got a bell left. Let's see. We've not done. We're missing in some yellow ones. Let's do another yellow. After that, we'll probably want to do a couple of white ones. Okay, I'm going to do a little nice little spiral pattern on this one. This one came out a little bit watery. Now I'm a little bit... Yeah, it doesn't look very good. You know what? I'm actually going to trash this one. It's all right. We have a lot of cookies left. Let's see here. Let's do... You know what? I'm going to do... I have a white one. I'm going to apply yellow to this one. Also, I'm gonna, before I forget, I'm gonna trash the black gel as well. Apply some sprinkles. Such. We can buy a little bit more at the ends here. And there we go. All right. Let's see here. This is a little complicated, but I want to see if I can apply some white frosting to this man-shaped one. Let's see. Here we go. We'll put these sprinkles on it. Let's see. It's another rat. Beautiful looking rat. Maybe I can put some yellow on this bad boy. See, I don't have any red left in this thing. What other gels do I have? I have green. Let's use some green, shall we? Oh no, it's a little... oh no, I think it's not good anymore. Damn it. Should probably test these before I apply them. Yeah, this is another one that's not very good. Let's see, this is a red one. This one, is there any left in this one? Not really, no. Probably should have tried some of these ahead of time to see if they even still worked. Oh, this one is unopened. This is a white one. Let me see here. There we go. Got the cap off. Let's see. I'm going to apply blue to this triangle. And I'm going to put some white frosting on him. Maybe I'll do like a spirally pattern. Clearly, I did not open up the white frosting thing properly because it's having a real tough time coming out. Oof. There we go. Let's do a green candy cane. There we go. I'm just going to reuse a bunch of the sprinkles and apply them to the candy cane. There we go. Stick that in here. I think I have space for just a few more. But what should it be? Oh, I never did a boot. I don't think I ever did a boot. Let's see here. I'm gonna do a red boot. And that I can do a little bit of white at the top here. Come on, get the white out there. There we go. Push that over. All right. Now I think I can fit like 2 more pieces in there. Just trying to figure out what they should be. I can do another dog bone. And a bell. Yeah, I'm going to do a bell. Have the bell be another yellow bell. Let's see here. Let's see here. Is there anything else in here I can take advantage of? Let's rely on some of these sprinkles. No, wait, no. You know what? Let's do these sprinkles. There we go, and I think we can fit 1 more dog bone in there. So let's see, what can... We can probably do... Let's do a white dog bone to close this out. All right, and I think this can be another one where we just apply some sprinkles to it. Let's do these sprinkles, actually. And there we go. My hands are very sticky right now, covered in a lot of frosting, so let me, excuse me, open up the sync camera and wash them a little bit. And then I'm gonna take some pictures of our cookies. Then we will try a few of the cookies, and then we will close out this stream. Try them real nice. All right, we are back in here. Where is my phone? Come on. There we go. They were hiding underneath some of the oven mitts. All right, let me take a few more pictures. of this stuff. Okay. There we go. That's good. All right. With that taken care of, let's bring our face back in here. It's been a while. We're going to try some of our creations. You know what? Considering the angel got split in half, let's go ahead and let's have the angel. And as you can see, the icing has dried pretty fast, which is nice. And down the hatch. Pretty good. Pretty good. Again, it's unfortunate that a lot of these kind of fell apart as we were working on them, but, you know, it happens. Man. I am going to need to go on a diet after this. Oh! I almost forgot, but I have one last surprise for the end of the stream. So, you might remember that on the last stream I did, I concluded it by making a little bit of eggnog. That eggnog did not last. But I still wanted to have some eggnog with my cookies on this stream. So I have President's Choice Rich and Creamy Candy Cane Eggnog. I figured it'd be fun if we poured ourselves a glass that we can enjoy with some of our cookies. So let's do that right now. It's, Kozibear Cooking has a long history of trying out new and unusual and experimental snacks on stream. And I figured, you know, because it's the last stream, let's do something a little bit fun to close things out. Pour some in this glass, and as an extra special surprise, I originally planned on using this at the end of last stream, but we ran out of the time to do so. I have some whipped cream, although the package just calls it whipped topping because it probably doesn't meet their standards of what is cream. There we go. And we'll bring our zoomed in camera back in. Cheers! Wow, that really tastes like candy canes. It's kind of shocking. It's a little... I gotta be honest, I think I might slightly prefer my own eggnog a little bit more. But I can't deny they definitely sanitized this version of eggnog a lot to make it a little bit more palatable to people that don't normally enjoy eggnog. You know what? Let's go ahead. Let's grab one of our milk bone cookies and let's put it in here. Just mix it up in the eggnog. Oh, it literally fell entirely in the eggnog. See how it tastes after that. That is a lot of sugar. I don't know if it tastes better, but I enjoyed the process of dunking it in. Alrighty. Give me just a moment while I just go and check something on my monitor. There we go. And with that, I would like to thank everyone for tuning in to tonight's stream. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in to all the prior seasons of Kozibear Cooking. This has been the Kozibear's Cooking Holiday Special, which was a limited run 3-episode show that you watched live on twitch.tv/KozibearLive and youtube.com/@KozibearLive at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time from December 4th to December 18th. And it was also the finale of all my streaming efforts on my personal Twitch and YouTube channels for the foreseeable future. Again, I'm not quitting the platforms entirely because I am still continuing to do stuff with Respawning Fire. Perhaps there's some stuff with This Thing Rules that, you might see more of on the internet in the future. I'm still going to continue to do these content creation-y things on these other channels. It's just on my own personal channel that I'm taking a extended break from so that I can focus on some other personal projects that you will be able to hear about next year. Where will you be able to hear about them, you might ask? You can find me on Blue Sky at kozibear.bluesky.social. That's @ KOZIBEAR.BSKY.SOCIAL. Definitely follow me there because I am a fun person to follow. And yeah, you'll be able to hear all about what I have next going on over there. Guys, it has been a fun ride this entire time, these past several years. It's been fun hanging out with you, making all sorts of culinary creations, some of which came out great, others of which came out not so great, but many of which were a fun ride along the way. And, I am a little bit sad that it's come to an end, but on the flip side, this gives me more opportunities to work on other projects and more opportunities to really level up my skills as a chef. This is something that I talked about on Respawning Fire. When I announced that I was going to be closing out Kozibear's Cooking, I was like, I think that I've realized over time that I think I enjoy the process of cooking more than I necessarily enjoy cooking on stream. And I've always felt a little bit guilty about the fact that I never really got any formal, proper training as a chef. So maybe this will be my opportunity to finally get that. And of course, you'll be able to see all my future cooking efforts, if they do happen, on my Blue Sky account. And also, of course, on Instagram, where you can find me at Alex Kozina, ALEXKOZINA. I probably should have plugged that as well. So yeah, take care, guys. It's been great. I don't really have a whole lot to say. I'm kind of kicking myself a little bit because I still have this cough at the back of my throat. And I'm like, you really should close up the stream. You really should wrap it up so you can stop speaking and focus on healing your throat. But I mean, this is an emotional and important moment, and I wanted to give it the respect and proper attention it deserves. And so, yeah, that's it. Have a good night. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Go and just enjoy yourself tonight. Have some delicious, sugary Christmas cookies, and then immediately go on a diet afterwards because you're going to need it. Take care, guys.